Well, thanks for joining me, having another look at Revelation chapter 20, verses 1 to 4 in particular. I saw a new earth and a new heaven, for the first heaven and earth had ceased to exist or passed away, and the sea existed no more. And I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, made ready for a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Look, the residence of God is among human beings. He will live among them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death will not exist anymore, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the former things have passed away." Ceased to exist. Now, I've been going through Revelation and realizing there's some words that by my definition, I'm not in the same definition as the Word of God. Two words in particular, death and passed away. So, when you talk to people about death, just ask them, well, it's over. They're gone. It's the end. Well, the Bible talks it more in terms of a temporary existence that has ceased. You're asleep, and then you're waking up in another place. And by this chapter, a better place, hopefully. We shouldn't think about death that way. The other word is passed away. Well, in hospice, that's used a lot. My husband, my wife, they passed away. But they mean death. But death is not the end. But to say they've passed away, it means that they no longer exist. And that can't be true when you get into the worldview of the Bible and God's perspective. Passed away means to no longer exist. And in this few verses are a lot of things that cease to exist. And all things are becoming new. For example, he says famously, he'll wipe away every tear. Well, why is that? Because death has passed away. Death no longer exists. And mourning, and pain, and suffering, and evil, and sin, they've all passed away. Why? Because God is bringing down this new world, the new heaven and earth, centered and focused on the ideology of the New Jerusalem. Everything is becoming new. Okay, so I think we all long for that world. How many tears are shed in this world, suffering and pain and all these diseases that we have to deal with now. Not just cancer, but Alzheimer's and dementia. It's suffering, but it will no longer exist. So what should we do about that? Well, I think the best I can recall is from a show that I used to watch a while ago. Don't think it's on anymore, might be, but it's called An Extreme Home Makeover. And Ty, he would select a family, send them away on a vacation, and then all the troops came in, free labor, 3, 4, 5 days, and they totally redid the home. This is kind of what God is doing. It's a redo. It's an extreme makeover, but it's on a bigger scale. It's heaven and earth. But at the climax of that TV show is the family in their limousine coming back to see their new home. And at this point, they've no real idea of what it's going to look like, and having comparisons and so forth. But the problem is there's a big Greyhound bus sitting there. And the expression on their face when Ty says, "Driver, move the bus." The camera swings around onto their faces and they just light up. Their eyes pop out. They start crying. They get on their knees. They're hugging Ty. They're hugging everybody. They just can't believe it. They're jumping up and down. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So all I'm saying to you today is, should be some excitement trying to imagine that. Imagine yourself waiting for God to say, driver, move the bus so we can see what this new world is going to be like. And then, well, let it rip. Be blown away. This is Revelation 20, the new heaven and the new earth. What a day that's going to be. Thanks for listening.